And it went on from there. So joining me now is Congressman Mark Pocan from Wisconsin's 2nd District. And Congressman, I want to start by getting your reaction to Senator Johnson's comments this morning on Meet the Press. What do you think happened there?
Yeah, it was a venture in bizarro land. I was wincing. Now I know what the senator felt when he heard the information in the beginning. And, you know, he went off into conspiracy land. He went away from everything that he was asked about. And, you know, a few days back, I thought he was going to maybe be the one Republican who would actually put his country before his party. And instead, he drank the MAGA red Kool-Aid, and we got that bizarre interview.
Okay, so here we are headed into the second week of congressional recess. I know you all like to call it the in-district work period. Yes. But what are you hearing from your constituents while you're there? I mean, in the reliably Democratic district of Madison, Wisconsin.
Well, you know, I've been doing my town halls, so I've been in some of my most rural counties, and people are really nervous when it comes to where this country is going to be. They're nervous about not impeachment, but about what we're doing with this president as far as just the direction that he is taking us with this bizarre behavior, whether it be the calls to foreign leaders, asking for them to get involved and get him dirt on a political opponent, to all the other actions the president does. People are just worried about the country, period. And that's in the most rural areas where I'm talking about the farm economy. This issue comes up when I go into my counties that are a little more urban, where they're talking about maybe health care. This issue came up. And I just think we're trying to give them reassurance that we're going to be able to take care of this. The House Democrats are not going to just sit back.
Got it. Susan Davis of NPR has a question for you.
Hey, Congressman, do you think, I know you co-chair the Progressive Caucus, are progressives going to be satisfied with the Speaker's desire to keep the impeachment inquiry very narrowly focused on the Ukraine matter and leave aside all the other lines of inquiry that Democrats had open into the Trump administration when it comes to the question of impeachment?
Yeah, well, you're going to have the committees that have oversight doing the work that they're going to do. But right now, we're very focused on what the Intelligence Committee is doing. This is different than maybe the Mueller report. The Mueller report, the president said he didn't do something. We were trying to get witnesses to come in and explain what they really knew. In this case, we have a motive, we have a crime, we have a confession, and we have evidence. So it's a very different situation. We don't have to do the same digging to get the information about what's happening. And if the president doesn't cooperate, we'll just add that to the articles of impeachment. So we understand where this is going. I think this will be done in a swift way, but clearly the president betrayed his oath of office. He put his own personal interests over our national security, and I think everyone on the House Democrat caucus really gets what's going on.
Let's talk about trade while we have you, because there are lots of labor unions in your part of Wisconsin. And House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says that Democrats are moving forward on USMCA, the trilateral agreement to replace NAFTA. What do you make of the deal? I mean, is it better? Is it a better deal than NAFTA was?
There are some things that are better. There are some things that are worse. We call it NAFTA 2.0 because it's really not that different than the original NAFTA. But there's some things that Democrats need to get taken care of. We want to make sure that labor and environmental protections, what they've already agreed to the language, put it in the agreement. There's a big, wet, sloppy kiss to Big Pharma in there. We got to get that out. And I think, you know, you could do those couple of things and probably have 390 votes in Congress. But it took the White House 45 days to respond to us. I don't know how serious they are about this. What's really hurting, though, Jeff, is in the farm economy here in my district. It's all the tweeting tariffs out with China and watching what's happening to the markets. And that assistance that we're giving farmers is a joke. I think for the average dairy farmer, it's about 1% of the cost of a hundredweight. It's not even close to helping them. And my soybean farmers are hurting. My corn growers are hurting. That's the reality. And that's, I think, why Donald Trump's going to have some real difficulty next year in places like Wisconsin.
Congressman Mark Pocan, thanks for your time this evening. I appreciate it.
Sure. Thank you.